Hi guys, it's Andrea. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about handbags and everything to know before we make the purchase. So there's a few do's and don'ts that I've learned over the years by trial and error. This video is in perfect time for Black Friday and our holiday shopping. Maybe you're thinking about buying a bit of a splurge gift for somebody or maybe a splurge gift for yourself. So you definitely want to watch these tips before you do because I don't want you wasting your money. First, I'm going to tell you my exact tips for how to decide which bag to buy and which bags to avoid. And then I'm gonna tell you my tips for how I keep my bags looking brand new after I buy them. Okay, so let's jump right into it. I'm gonna start with talking about leather. It's really important to understand the different types of leather and know which ones are gonna be more durable. I'm obviously not against buying handbags that don't have the most durable leather, but I just want to give you a warning ahead of time. If it's the one bag that you're gonna spend your whole budget on for a handbag, I don't want you to end up surprised if it easily gets really worn out. I'm gonna start with leathers to avoid. Okay, so here is an example of a leather that is not going to wear well. This is actually a really gorgeous Karl Lagerfeld handbag that I got a great deal on, so I was okay with the fact that I knew this leather wouldn't wear well. It looks perfect because literally, guys, I've not actually used it yet, but see this very smooth type of structured leather? That is going to scratch so easily. If you want a really good durable bag, I would avoid this type of very smooth, hard leather because like I said, it will show scratches so easily. Another type of leather is a lambskin leather. And this is a softer leather, as you can see. Now, this will be a little bit more forgiving than this structured smooth leather that I showed you, but this is still going to be pretty susceptible to getting scratched up. So I would avoid a very soft lambskin leather as well if you're looking for maximum durability. There's 3 types of leather that I love. I think I said 3 and showed you 2. There's 3 types of leather that I like for durability. First is a pebbled leather. See this? See that texture? That's called pebbled leather. That is durable in that it will resist scratching much more than other leathers. And this is a Marc Jacobs bag. I'm trying to remind myself to tell you what the bags are in case you're just interested in them for yourself. The second type of leather that I love is something that's kind of like waxed and coated and also very soft. This is a Lanvin, and I actually bought this one, people say pre-loved, which I think is a cute phrase. You could also say used or thrift shop. No, it wasn't a thrift shop, it was a consignment store. But anyway, so this was actually used quite a bit. You can tell because the leather is really broken in, but because it has this kind of like waxed coating and it was a very slouchy leather, I think it looks super brand new. It really hides a lot of wear. So the next type of leather I'm actually gonna show you in my wallet because I don't have a real Saffiano leather handbag, which is what the leather is I'm about to talk about. I think that this is the champion of leathers. I think it is the most durable. This is metallic, so it's hard to see it. I'm gonna make the thing focus there. So Saffiano leather does not mean metallic. I wanna make that clear. You can get Saffiano leather that's not metallic like this. I got my wallet in Saffiano leather on purpose because look, I'm like scratching it and nothing. The other thing that's really good with Saffiano leather is it hides oil marks. You know, if you have moisturizer on your hands and you touch leather, it can leave terrible, terrible marks, which is another reason that I like this type of durable leather. The smooth leathers I was showing you in the beginning are not forgiving with hand cream, but this type of leather totally is. This wallet was from Nordstrom. I think it was like their brand. I got it online. The next tip I've kind of already touched on, and that's talking about the shape of a bag. So the bags that are super structured like this will obviously be more apparent if they get kind of squashed over time because you know it's supposed to be a super structured bag. So if it's not, obviously it's gonna look very worn in. Whereas this leather I was telling you wasn't the best for durability because it's a soft lambskin, but it's a slouchy bag. So if it loses its shape over time, it's not gonna be as big of a deal because that just makes it look cooler, where this one's gonna look like you ran it over with a car. My next tip is I really like to look for handbags that have the metal feet on all 4 sides. I really like that because it raises it up a little bit, so then the corners aren't getting as beat up. And then also, obviously, it protects the leather on the bottom of the bag better. And this is a Miu Miu bag. My last tip in deciding what bag to buy before I get into how to care for them is I really like bags that have prints on them, because I think that that can also mask imperfections or a little bit of wear with the bag, because it's not just one smooth color you're looking at, and if there's a scratch or something in it, your eye will be drawn to it more, or if it's different colors, that will be camouflaged a little bit. And then this bag is also great because it's a textured leather, which I've said is durable as well. This is my Celine bag that I did a whole nother video on, a bag reveal video, and I'll link that below if you didn't see it. Now I'll tell you my tips of what I do once I buy my bag to keep it looking brand new. First, I'm going to start with tips on how to store them, and then I'm going to talk about tips on literally how to carry them and wear them and take care of them when you're using them. The very first step with storing the handbags is to prevent them from losing their shape. So I just use paper like this. If your bag came with this, just save it, and obviously that's what you can use. If it didn't, I use packing materials, as long as they're clean, that come in my Amazon boxes. Amazon has a really great, pretty stiff brown paper that they often fill their boxes with for shipping, and I think that those do a great job at helping handbags keep their structure. And I really fill this thing up as much as I can, not over full, because then it's going to make the bag stretch out. I take the tissue paper and I shove it into each of the 4 bottom corners, keep filling it up until it fills up the whole shape. Then I just zip it up and it's ready to be put away. And then when I put it away, this is how I store them. I keep my bags inside of a closet. Some handbags come with what's called duster bags, which I'm now realizing is that because it keeps dust off of them? I've never really thought through why they were called that before. But anyway, if you have a bag that didn't come with one of these bags, you can definitely just use a satin pillowcase. They're very soft, so they won't scratch your bag. If you keep your bags outside of a closet, I would definitely keep them in either the pillowcase or the duster bag that they came with. Dust collects so fast, you guys, and then you're gonna try to go and dust it off, and you might have a ring that scratches the leather, or if it's a really delicate leather, just whatever you're using to dust it off could scratch the leather. So I like to try to just keep them dust free. I keep them inside of my closet with the doors closed, and for me that works to keep them dust free, so I usually don't have them in these bags. I think it's so super important not to pile your bags on top of each other or on top of other things or other things on top of your bags. So I like to literally just keep them sitting next to each other like this on a shelf. And I don't smash them up against each other. I keep enough room between them. If on your shelf, to get the maximum space, you want to keep them very close to each other, then definitely put them in their bags, and then that's fine. That will protect the leather, but make sure you're not like jamming them in so much that it's like an accordion and you're deforming the shape of them. Okay, so now I'm gonna tell you how I care for my bag while it's in use. And it's really just very simple. It's really about just being super mindful. Number 1, I never put it on the floor. I mean, they're clearly on my living room floor right now because I keep picking them up and showing them to you. My living room floor is perfectly clean. It's as clean as a table. We don't wear our shoes in the house, so there's no dirt here. So they're safe here. But when I go to a restaurant, I never put it on the floor under a chair. Another tip is being really careful with the handles and the way that you're holding the handles. So I mentioned earlier there's certain leathers that are way more forgiving with oils on your hand from lotions or hair products. But even when I'm using my more durable bags, I still try to just treat them as well as I possibly can. The other thing with the handles is when you pick up a bag and you hold it in your hand, these handles will probably rub together if you're like squeezing it the whole time that you're walking with it. So this is really very specific, and I understand if it totally does not work for you. I just want to point out this is something that I like became aware of, and so now I literally do this. I try to hold them in my hand like this, like when I'm walking. And I have the smallest hands in the world. These are like children's size hands. So it's not very easy for me, but I feel like people with normal size adult hands, this might not actually be as hard as I think it is. I hold the straps next to each other when I am walking like this. Like instead of squashing them and squeezing them, I carry it like that. which I know might seem kind of crazy, but it keeps my handles looking brand new. Okay, and then my second to last tip is to actually consider how you're treating the inside of the bag as well. This is really important for a couple of reasons. First of all, if you really beat up the inside of a bag, the liner could start getting worn out. And if the liner wears out, then there's nothing between the objects you're putting in the bag and the leather itself. And then the leather could start getting worn out. So that's a really important reason, probably the most important reason, to take care of the inside of the bag as well. The other reason I think it's really important to keep the inside of your bag clean is if you ever want to resell your bags, because bags can be really great purchases in terms of almost like an investment to resell, but the outside of the bag could look absolutely perfect, but if the inside, the liner, is dirty or just is not in great shape, that will definitely decrease how much you can get for the bag if you're trying to sell it. Okay, and this is my last tip, which I feel it's probably very self-explanatory, but there's a loved one in my life who shall remain nameless that I think does this all the time, and it makes me cringe. Like, it's not my bag, it's her own bag, but I just like cringe when I see her do it because I'm like, you're destroying your bag. I try to be very aware of when I'm carrying my bag, whether it's in my hand, on my arm, or on my shoulder, that when I'm walking through a doorway, I clear the doorway, not like smash the bag into the corner of the wall or like the door frame or something because I didn't walk away from the wall enough. I know that sounds probably kind of nutty, but I just try to be very cognizant, like literally not to bash this up against things and just be careful with it. Okay, you guys, so that's it for my handbag tips. On Friday, I'm really excited because I'm going to post a video on Friday that I film on Friday with what I end up buying during Black Friday sales. So if you want to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you'll know when that video posts, please do so now and give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more videos on my channel. You guys, I need your help. I really like watching YouTube videos. I watch YouTube videos way more than I watch television shows because I just like feeling like I'm hanging out with people. Do you guys feel that way? But I'm not good at finding YouTubers to watch. Like, I have a few that I always watch all their videos, but then it's like they only post, you know, 2 videos a week and then I like have nothing else to watch. So I wanted to ask you guys, who are your favorite YouTubers? Because I need more videos to watch. So if you could tell me down below what your favorite YouTuber is that you're watching right now, I would really, really appreciate that. Okay, you guys, that's that. Thanks so much for watching. I'm excited to talk to you on Black Friday. I'm getting really excited at the thought of making videos like literally right before I post them. So it might be a little bit like this past Sunday's video where I don't edit it at all and it's just kind of like start to finish me talking so I can get it posted as soon as possible. Okay. I love you guys, and I hope you have a good day. See you Friday. Oh, wait, and happy Thanksgiving, because I won't see you until Friday. Bye.